Alright, so we just got done playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag on the Twitch channel. This is part of our entire AC series playthrough that we've been doing in the chronological order, so we're going by the Assassins in time, not the release order. So like from Odyssey all the way to Syndicate is how we're doing it, right? It's kind of a fun way to do this. I want to give my quick thoughts and make a video here, give my kind of mini review on what I thought about the game playing it in 2021. My name is Drnkie, by the way. If you're new here to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe so you can come back for more. Leave a comment below if you are interested in talking about Assassin's Creed with us, and I'd love to talk to you guys, so be on down there having a comment with us. It's a lot of fun. So Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We played it about 7 years after its release. I think it's about 7 years, right? And I thought that this game absolutely held up. One of the most interesting things that I think about playing this game in a chronological order is that I was expecting kind of the mechanics of the sailing and fighting at sea to kind of be worse than Odyssey. I thought Odyssey was like peak naval combat in Assassin's Creed. They figured everything out in Black Flag and they just rocked it in Odyssey. Well, because of the way I played it, it turns out that Black Flag did naval combat a lot better in a way. I don't know, the actual fighting of they made it smoother. They for sure made the mechanics smoother, right? But just the sense of generally sailing and being on the sea and being in the open water and what that means, and kind of having this like relationship with the water, and you're talking to and you're turning your ship and there's this big rogue wave coming along, and Black Flag did it way better than Odyssey did, and I was not expecting that. I kind of want to bring this up front because it is a pirate game. You spend most of your time at the sea doing seafaring activities, and I was incredibly happy and having a blast with the naval combat. I wish I would have spent a little bit more time at sea, capturing more ships and getting more resources. I found getting resources in this game to be a little bit burdensome. I'm glad they kind of, eased up on that in the later games. But yeah, naval combat, like big highlight of Black Flag. I'm glad it was. As we said, it was a pirate game, and they really did make me feel like a pirate. The weather system in the game was incredible. Whenever you were going through a storm, the rain, I live in Florida here, and the rain felt just like it does down here in kind of the southeast of the Americas, right? It was beautiful. I loved it. I really did feel like I was home. It was fantastic. One of the other things, talking about like sea versus land, I really didn't like too many of the land portions in this game. I kind of felt like, and maybe you agree with me, I'd love to know, but it felt like the land missions in this game were a little bit lackluster. You were either going through a pretty kind of, so to speak, narrated path along where you're supposed to kill people, or it was like a tailing mission where I had to kind of just follow someone through a city. It was just those two dynamics. I really did not enjoy being on land in this game. And I thought there was too much sailing in the game also, but the way they treated the land in this game, it just didn't work out for me. I enjoyed, being in Istanbul for Revelations more. I enjoyed Rome more for Brotherhood. There's just something about this area that just didn't work for me, even though it is gorgeous. Havana was absolutely stunning. It just didn't feel, I don't know, there's like a feeling that older Assassin's Creed games have where they like nail the city versus the later games where the cities just don't feel as big and they don't feel real. They don't feel like they're lived in. I don't know what it is, man. It's hard for me to describe, but that's what that is. In terms of combat, didn't enjoy the combat system in this game. I felt it was kind of clunky. The past games I thought did combat very well. The Ezio collection did combat almost, I thought, perfectly. And the later games like Odyssey, Origins, and Valhalla has better combat than this, so that's kind of a letdown. In terms of the main, let's talk about the assassin, Edward Kennedy, the main dude in this. I loved it. I loved him. I thought he's one of the best assassins. I would put him right up there with Ezio. I thought he was cool. He had that swagger. There's this kind of like I don't give a fuck that assassins run into, right? They don't care about the world, but they do in a way, but they're kind of detached from everything. And I thought Edward Kennedy fit this perfectly. I wish we could have dove a little bit more into his personal life. I know at the very end and stuff we were getting there, but one of the things I think makes like Ezio such a great assassin is just your connection to him on a personal level for his family and whatnot. And so when we play characters like Edward Kennedy, even though he's cool, even though I love his attitude, it's that lack of story-driven narrative that I find wanting. I want more from him, not just his ambitions, but what deep down in here is Edward Kennedy. So the character, one of the cooler ones, but definitely lacking. Kind of had more just coming out the Ezio trilogy before this one. You could definitely see that he just wasn't as good as Ezio. The overall story, though, fantastic. Being at sea, all the pirates with Blackbeard, you know, with the Sage, the Sage content is being introduced into this one, with, you know, Bartholomew Roberts, whatever. That was cool. All the EC stuff really worked for me. It was good. It was good. I just, like I said, here's my big deal with Assassin's Creed. It feels like in the later stories, they don't want to tell the story of the Assassin's Guild or tell the story from an aspect of the Assassin's Guild. One of the things I think makes AC1 and Altair work and Ezio work is that from the very beginning AC1 and from very early on in AC2, you're introduced to the Assassin's Guild, and not just introduced to them, but you're in it. You are in it early on, and I think that needs to be more of a thing in this Assassin's Creed series. It just feels like you're not part of this thing, that you're not living by the creed. And every game we play, it feels like the hero is learning about the creed and is going to be a part of the creed, and then we're not part of the creed. We're part of it for like a hot second. There was what, 13 sequences in this one, and we didn't really join the Assassin's Guild, which they didn't do any initiation deal with him. They didn't do that until like sequence 11. I would like more Assassin's Creed games to actually be about the creed and living by it, and kind of maybe the way that goes up against your own personal code, society's code. Like, it's just, I want more of that. So the story was good overall. I just kind of wish, that's like a personal thing for me. I also thought the modern day story didn't really work for me. It was cool seeing all the characters again. Sean and Rebecca were wonderful to see, kind of in their like stealthy ways, where, you know, Sean's selling coffee and Rebecca's a courier runner. But the lack of a main protagonist in the modern day, I really think hurt this game. I'm not sure what I think AC3 still has Deadman. I have yet to play that one. But this one, you're just a first person perspective of someone in a, you know, you're kind of working on a game or a virtual experience, and it just, dude, it fell flat, man. And not having a main person to hook you into the modern day is a big mistake for Black Flags. I don't think, you know, when people tell me it's like one of the best Assassin's Creed games, I feel like they're kind of overlooking that, right? So overall, when it comes to ranking these, it's really hard for me to rank these games like what's a better one or a worse one. I would give this like an A tier Assassin's Creed game. I still have some problems with it. There's still things I wish Ubisoft would do in this one, but you know, this one's so old and what, you know, whatever. So it's like an A tier. I would probably give this one a, you know, about a 7 out of 10. This is a 7 out of 10 game for me. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really great to be at sea. The story was, you know, there. But there are elements, especially the combat, just wasn't there for me, man. The hand-to-hand combat was a big, more of a pain than anything. So that's my mini review of Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like or a comment down below to let me know if you agree with my thoughts or what you thought about Black Flag. I'd love to have a conversation with you. If you're new here to the channel, Drnkie, make sure you guys subscribe so you can come back for more. And that's gonna do it. Thanks for hanging out with this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody. Bye. Zero cool. Boom. Boom. Oh man, this is a hard game. Let me get that one. Let me get that one. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Who's impressed right now? Who's impressed? Raise your hand. First try, everyone. First try, baby. What was that? I didn't hear you. First try.